Good evening, you handsome lot. Well, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. Well, not different. We are going to be fixing cars. I've been absolutely hectic here this last couple of days, hence why there's been no content. But however, just going to have a little bit of a brush up. I've just done a wet belt on a Transit. Paul's coming here now. Come past, Paul. I'm talking to me broom. Anyway, as I was saying, gonna have a little bit of a brush up. Got a few sort of fast fit jobs coming in today: suspension, tyres, bottom arms, and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing. Something a little bit different from timing belts. I'm getting sick of them now. Before we go getting involved in the other cars, I'm just going to take this Transit that I've done the wet belt on, take for a little bit of a test drive, make sure it's getting up to temperature, and check that we've got no leaks. We shouldn't have because we've sealed it all up properly. But I tell you what an absolute hectic week it's been. Been getting home from work. I've been painting, flat pack stuff. Oh, it's been absolutely hectic, and I haven't been going to bed till, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, it's going to be all worth it in the long run, I think. But yeah, let's go for a little bit of a drive. First on the ramp, we've got a 2008 Audi A3, which is having 3 tyres. Because I have gone bald on the inside, the both rear ones. They might have been on the front at some point. And also we've got a, where's my torch? We've got a shock absorber that has burst. Now I know where this is going to go. Why don't you change them in pairs? Because it's only failed on one. And that's what we're replacing, just the one. And sometimes it does come down to customer affordability. We can advise a customer that shock absorbers do need fitting in pairs. But if they want the one, they're going to get the one. First things first, let's go around and get all, well, the 3 wheels that are having tyres. How's everybody been keeping anyway? Are we all good? What's everybody been up to? Anything exciting? Any upcoming plans, trips, anything like that you're involved? You know? Let's go around and get the other side off. Oh, I'll tell you what. It has been crazy busy few days. Sounds like everybody's getting wheels off. And this is the side that we're putting the shock absorber on. Oh God. I've never seen that before. Look at this shock absorber. It's got a bloody groove out of it. No wonder it's leaking. Look at that. It's quite bad, that. Tell you what, the shocks on these are very simple to change. I've undone the 2 bolts going into the chassis. I've also removed the spring because I can't be bothered faffing about with the spanner going back and 2 for ages. It takes 2 seconds to pull the spring out. And do the 21 or 22, whatever it is. Oh, that came out a little bit quicker than I thought. I can pull that shock absorber out. Ugh. Absolutely mean. It's not as... Oh, it is. It's quite bad. Now that mount on the top of that shock absorber is good. So we're going to grab... What I like to do, I have got... Let me show you. Which is by Welch. And it is a strut tool. And it's got all the different sizes and different ends for your shock absorbers. So you should never hold the chrome part, the chrome insert. You should never ever clamp them with a pair of mole grips. But it does happen. People do it. Who's ringing me now? Look who it is. I wonder what this little marvellous... I can't call him little, can I? I wonder what marvellous mechanic runs. Hang on. Shall we find out? Oh, hang on. Let's call him back. What, do you want to answer? Here he is, Marv. Guess what, mate?
What?
We are filming, and you're in the video.
What is it?
We're doing some coil shock absorbers on an Audi A3.
Oh, we do love a shock absorber, don't we?
We do. It's easy stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nice.
What are you on with today, mate?
What, I'm doing a wet belt. What, I'm doing a cylinder head and a fucking wet belt, innit?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Now, my question to you, I have a quick question.
Right, hang on, go on. Shall I stop the video?
Yeah, if you want. I don't mind. I don't mind.
I'll fill you in. I'll let you know what he says in a minute. Yeah. Anyway, all it is, he was doing a wet belt, which no doubt you lot will see in time. And he just wanted a little bit of advice on cleaning and how I do it. But anyway, sometimes these top mounts do come undone. Sometimes they'll spin. I'll get a 17 on the gun. Let's hold it. Look at that, it's come undone. Job is a good one. Let's get a bit of a knocking stick. There we go. That is one shock absorber. Off. Time to get the new one. Now I want to assemble another rear shock absorber because you don't want to use your gun because inside the shock absorber at the bottom, there's like a, let's just call it a bolt. There is special technical words for it, but just say there's a nut at the end of it. And when you spin that shaft, it can work loose and it can cause a shock absorber to knock. And these are passed through. Put your socket on, slide that through. And you can make sure that it is. These don't have to be emergency size. And that is pretty much it. We can get that shock now, chuck it back on. You know what? It's been one of them days today. I think I've done that many wet belts and timing belts and chains lately. I forgot how to do basic stuff. Just put the suspension arm back up to the hub. And I thought, well, that went in a lot easier than I thought. And put the spring back in. We all do it, don't we? We all do it. Never mind. Now I put that coil spring back in. Oh, yeah, make sure that you tighten everything back up when it's in a row position. Because if it's dangling down when you tighten it all up, all the bushes when you've tightened everything up, they'll twist and they'll rip. Cause all sorts of problems further down the line. But yeah, just make sure that you keep everything in a row position when you're tightening things up. Right, coil spring done. Let's get around now and fit these tyres. I tell you what, I do enjoy fitting tyres, I'm not going to lie. Right, tyres. A lot of you probably have never seen tyres fitted. We're going to start off with a valve core. So we're going to break the bead. Always break the bead opposite the valve. The back one, sometimes you might need to do it twice, depending on the wheel. Or 3 times. There we go. Or 4 times. Get the wheel clamped on. Always start with your valve by your foot. Trying to figure out which buttons do what now. Bring your arm down. Make sure it's not nowhere near the alloy wheel because we don't want to be scratching it. And something that all tyre fitters do. Give it a little tap when we're pulling it off. We all do it, I'm sure we do. Right, let's go and get the new tyre. Before we go ahead and fit that brand new tyre, make sure that your rim is nice and clean. We're going to be putting a brand new valve in it. Give it a cut off. Tiny little bit of soap on the new valve. And get it pulled through that wheel. And then before we mount the tyre, make sure that they're not asymmetric or directional. We've got an inside and an outside. A little bit of soap-a-rooney on. Can we slide it on? Of course we can. Put the dots by the valve. One tyre on. And then we can blow it up to the right tyre pressure for the car. It's only about 30, 32 psi for the average car, something like that. Always gets you, that does, when they pop on the bead. Come on. Here it comes. Come on. Come on. Come on. psi. Need a new valve clamp, I think. This is a bit worn, this valve clamp, isn't it? There we go. Right, now we can adjust the tyre pressures to the manufacturer's recommendations. Right, well that Audi A3 now is all done. I've put the two new tyres on the front, a new one on the back, and the least one on the driver's side rear for them. The way the tyres are worn, I'm going to advise the customer that it needs the geometry checking on it. Right, we're going to get this off now, and I think I've got a Hyundai. It's white. It's white. We're going to get that in, and I think I've got a couple of bottom arms to put on it. I'm not sure. But we'll find out in the next couple of seconds. You know what, right? I've just been standing here for a minute looking at the reg, and I've been thinking, 5.3, 5.3. Is that 2013 or 2003? Does anybody think that the years go too quick? I still remember like the old P reg and R reg and S reg and W reg and stuff like that. Mad, isn't it? But anyway, 2003 Hyundai, I think it is. It's an estate and it's silver. I know that much. i30, Hyundai i30, and this is having a couple of lower suspension arms. Well, I am a little bit confused with this car really, because we haven't said that it wanted bottom arms, or it hasn't failed an MOT on bottom arms. And the bottom arms that are on it, say bottom arm one more time, just for bands. They look like they haven't been changed long ago. So we've just been on the phone to the customer and said, look, these bottom arms, can't see nothing wrong with them. And I mean, I've got the new ones here ready to put on it. And I don't even know what, apparently it's doing something that it did before when the bottom arms were changed. I don't know. All we're doing is just doing what the customer has asked for. But I can't see any point in changing them. confused by that. There's no plate. I've had a bar in them. I've checked them. So when I'm changing, they're going to get them changed. Let's get these front wheels off. Right, front wheels are now off. Now I'm just about to go on my lunch, but before I do, I'm going to give a little bit of squirtarooty on all the threads, on everything that we're removing. What I'm using is a little bit of Launch Power Loop Plus. That stuff, I swear by it. There's nothing else that touches it. Generally, it is really, really, really good stuff. I'm going to leave that soak and I'm going to go, I don't know what I'm going to have, but I'll tell you. I'll tell you when I get back from the lunch. Right, well, we are now back from lunch. And I had a couple of sausages and some chips and a couple of pieces of bread and butter. Popped to me mum and dad's did. They've had their front room decorated, so I popped down and had a little nosy, as you do. Now, hopefully, because these bottom arms haven't long been replaced, I think everything should come undone relatively easy. Now, they are straightforward to replace on these. I'm not going to lie, these bottom arms, even though they're easy to get off, right, there's about 4 or 5 different bloody size bolts on it. But anyway, there's absolutely, I can't find anything wrong with them bottom arms. That's all. And we have got, you also taking the wrong side. I'm waiting for one to turn up. But we are going to be fitting some Drive Protect bottom arms from GSS. I'm waiting for another one to turn up. So we only had one in stock. Is that the right arm? Yeah. Go. Try and get this arm now. Bolted back in. Let me just. Pull out there. I just use my little hook to pull it round out the way. Be careful not to pull it out the way. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Like that. And then we can get that bottom arm in a little bit like that. And as always, we're going to be using a little bit of copper slip on all the bolts. So if they ever have to come back off again, which I doubt it, they shouldn't do, they're going to come off pretty easy. Think back to the Volkswagen Golf when I'd put the coil spring back in and tightened it up to stop the bush from ripping. Exactly the same on the front. If we tighten it up like that, you will rip the rear bush. So pull your hub out the way as far as you can. Get it, that arm, as close to its road position as you can. The front bush is okay, but the back one, if you pinch it up the centre of it, and it'll just rip it. And the bushes won't last. Might, I don't know, perhaps a couple of speed bumps or even a couple of potholes these days. But yeah, let's get everything tightened back up. Well, I've gone ahead and I've fitted the driver's side bottom arm. No need to bore you. I've done it's just the same as what I did on the other side. I'm going to put the wheels on this and get this off, and then I've got, think back to the other day when I did a timing belt on an Insignia where the headlamp was faulty and the customer had ordered his own headlight and he hadn't ordered a module. Well, we've now got a module and we're going to get that back on the ramp and finish that job off. Right, we finally got this Vauxhall on the ramp. Now I've sped ahead, got the headlamp eyes. Now we've got to swap everything over, even the xenon bulbs. Do not touch that glass, that blow like that. We've got to swap. I might even put, sometimes these headlamps come in new, but yeah, they do brand new bulbs. Before, we're just going to check all the other bulbs, and I've got to put that new module on. Now what happens is, as you can see, the headlamp fills full of water. Now I have already, a few years ago, put a new one on. But it's obviously happened again, isn't it? So we're going to have to, yeah, take the 2 screws out of that and put them on that new module in that brand new light. Everything now is swapped off that old light. We put the brand new light in. But we're not going to put all the bumper and that back on just yet. We're just going to pop the ignition on and make sure all the lights are working as it should do. Now that should be your DRL. Yeah, that one's working. This light is probably about 6 months old because exactly the same happened to that. Now if we just, without ignition on, if I put my camera there now, you should see the lights come on and then they'll sort of like do a self-test. They'll go up and down and left to right and all sorts. Oh, next flick. There we go. Yeah, now, let's give it a flash. Everything is working as it should be. Now, you know these cars, when you see them smashed up and stuff, the cost of these headlights can write a car off, believe it or not. It's like that BMW that I've got. I think I priced a headlight up for it once, just to, I was curious on how much it was, because when I opened the bonnet, there was bloody modules on it and all sorts. It was like 1,500 quid just for the light itself, and then you got all the modules on it, and oh, what a nightmare. Right, anyway, all I've got to do now is just chuck all this front end back together. Just with a little bit of magic, that car is now all back together, ticking over. Sounded like a little singer-sewing machine. Now, think back to the video that I did the other day. It has a timing belt. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch it. Timing belt, 3 TPMS sensors, and the TPMS sensor light didn't go off straight away. Anyway, I had to take it down the road and give it a test drive. We've now got no warnings on the dashboard at all, and headlights are working. Can they move in? Can you see? Posh them, isn't they? Everything is sorted now, I think. What time are we on? Just gone 4:30. That'll do me for today, I think. Now, all the cars that I've worked on today, they all have one thing in common, and that is alignment. We've got the Audi A3 with the tracking that needs doing, obviously, because the tyres are worn all funny. We've got the Hyundai i30, which had 2 bottom arms. That's going to need tracking as well. And also, this with the headlamp level. Now, with it being a hell headlight, they are normally pretty bang on. As you can see, the light beam, the light image on it is pretty much equal to the other side, so I'm not majorly concerned, but it is going to be checked on a beam setter. But yeah, that is it for the end of today. Got to go home now and do some painting, I think, and put a telly up. But anyway, it's just a manic day. Tomorrow I've got a wet belt. I ain't doing videos on that because I've done far too many of them. But if you've enjoyed the videos today, please hit that like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you at some point. It might be Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday. I might do a Sunday special on something. I don't know. But if not, it's going to be next week. Take it easy, and let's get it in.